Hello everyone, my name is Aastha. I welcome you all to our classes for IEO class 10th. Today is our 17th class in the series. We will be doing the topic of voices. For voices, we will be understanding active voice and passive voice, the conversions and how to convert various rules we will be discussing. So for the conversion, the basic questions are being asked of conversion and the correct formation. So you have to understand the rules. That is the most important part. So watch it carefully, note down the rules and make sure you revise them. Alright, let's get started.
Okay, so what is our topic of the day? आज हम कौन सा new and exciting topic करने वाले हैं? It is voice. Voice, two types, active and passive. We will be understanding active and passive voice. Okay, let's start. So this is the table of contents. This is our chronology कह सकते हैं कि हम कैसे अपना आज का जो टॉपिक है वो खत्म करने वाले हैं. First we will be introducing what voice is, active and passive voice. Then we will move on towards the topic understanding. टॉपिक अंडरस्टैंडिंग का मतलब होता है कि हम टॉपिक को एनालाइज करेंगे अच्छे से, उसके रूल समझेंगे विद अलग अलग सिनेरियोज के साथ. ओके, एंड देन एग्जांपल्स, साथ साथ में हम सारे एग्जांपल्स भी लेते रहेंगे ताकि आपको बेटर अंडरस्टैंडिंग हो. देन द फन एक्सरसाइज ऑफ द क्विज. ओके, सो दिस इज हाउ वी आर गोइंग टू डू 1 2 3 and 4. लेट्स स्टार्ट. ओके, सो हियर, so what is voice of a verb? Now the first question is what is voice of a verb? तो voice voice से क्या होता है? Voice expresses whether the subject in the sentence has performed or received the action. Now this might sound a little confusing to you. Let me repeat and let me explain it to you. Voice क्या करती है? Voice का एक काम है बस. वॉइस हमें ये बताती है वेदर द सब्जेक्ट जो है सेंटेंस में जो भी सब्जेक्ट है वो इन दोनों में से कौन सी चीज कर रहा है. या तो वो एक्शन परफॉर्म कर रहा है या वो एक्शन रिसीव कर रहा है. तो वॉइस हमें किसके बारे में बताती है? सब्जेक्ट के बारे में. ईदर द सब्जेक्ट इज परफॉर्मिंग द एक्शन और द सब्जेक्ट हैज रिसीव्ड द एक्शन एंड द वॉइस टेल्स अस एग्जैक्टली दैट. ऑलराइट, so let's see the examples here. Now here, watchman opens door. Watchman opens door. So subject क्या है यहाँ पे? Subject is watchman. Okay. So यहाँ पे watchman क्या कर रहा है? Watchman is opening the door, which means the watchman is performing the action. What is he doing? He is performing. Here, don't mind my handwriting. I'm writing with the laptop pen. Sorry. Yeah. So watchman opens door, which means he is performing the action. क्या action? Door को open कर रहा है कौन? Watchman. Next sentence you see, the door is opened by the watchman. Now here, यहाँ पे जो subject था हमारा watchman, यहाँ पे क्या हो रहा है? Watchman जो है वो action receive कर रहा है, which means the door is being opened by the watchman. So यहाँ पे जो हमारा watchman है ना वो बन गया receiver. पहले था performing, now he is receiving. Okay, so voice है, voice में हम अलग अलग पढ़ेंगे अब active and passive, but आपको पहले ये समझ लेना है कि voice हमें क्या purpose यहाँ पे क्या है. यही बताना कि जो सब्जेक्ट है सेंटेंस में वो एक्शन को परफॉर्म कर रहा है या रिसीव कर रहा है. दिस इज गोइंग टू बी द बेसिक आइडिया. ऑलराइट, लेट्स मूव ऑन. Okay, so as I told you, we are going to be studying two broad forms. One is going to be the active voice and other is going to be the passive voice. इसमें से एक हमें बताएगी कि the subject is performing the action, the other one will tell us that the subject is receiving the action. Okay, let's see. Okay, so here we have the active voice. Now एक्टिव वॉइस में क्या हो रहा है? When an action expressed by the verb is performed by the subject, it is an active voice. क्या बोला था मैंने आपको कि इसमें से हमें एक वॉइस बताएगी कि एक्शन जो है वो परफॉर्म हो रहा है किससे? सब्जेक्ट से. तो सब्जेक्ट जब एक्शन परफॉर्म कर रहा है, it becomes the active voice. मतलब जब सब्जेक्ट हमारा एक्टिव है, मतलब एक्टिव कैसे है कि वो खुद ही एक्शन परफॉर्म कर रहा है, तो वो हो गई एक्टिव वॉइस. So active voice is used when more straightforward relation and clarity is required between the subject and verb. मतलब एक्टिव वॉइस हम यूज करते हैं जब हमें स्ट्रेट फॉरवर्ड सेंटेंस रिलेशंस बताने हैं, एक सब्जेक्ट और वर्ब में क्लैरिटी चाहिए. Alright, now you will see these are pretty straightforward sentences. Passive voice कुछ लोगों को काफी confusing भी लगती है, but let me tell you, there's nothing to be confused about. Active and passive voice are pretty simple, pretty easy if you understand the basic concept. Basic concept क्या है हमारा कि एक सब्जेक्ट है, सब्जेक्ट या तो एक्शन परफॉर्म करेगा या रिसीव करेगा. अगर सब्जेक्ट एक्शन परफॉर्म कर रहा है तो एक्टिव वॉइस हो गई, और पैसिव वॉइस क्या होगी वो हम अभी आगे देखेंगे. फॉर द टाइम बीइंग, एक्टिव वॉइस के एग्जांपल यू सी हियर. hen lays eggs, birds build nest. These are मैंने बहुत ही सिंपल एग्जांपल्स लिए हैं आपके लिए. hens lay eggs, क्या है यहाँ पे सब्जेक्ट? hens. यहाँ पे सेकंड सेंटेंस में सब्जेक्ट birds. What are they doing? Hens are doing the action of laying eggs. What are birds doing? Birds are doing the action of building nests. Pretty easy, right? So these become active voices. क्यों? क्योंकि यहाँ पे जो सब्जेक्ट है वो एक्टिव है. How? Because the subject is performing these actions. Alright, that's for the active voice. Now passive voice. The second category is the passive voice. Passive voice में क्या होता है? When the action expressed by the verb is received by the subject. जो action है, जो verb हमें बताता है action, verb क्या होता है? Verb जो word है which tells us the action. So whatever the action जो perform हो रहा है या express हुआ है verb की वजह से, जो receive अगर सब्जेक्ट कर रहा है तो क्या हो गया ये? पैसिव वॉइस. So when is passive voice used? Passive voice is used when the doer of the action is not known and the focus of the sentence is on the action and not the subject. Okay, let's read it slowly. Passive voice is used when the doer is not known and the focus किस पे है? Focus is on the action. Focus हम यहाँ पे action पे कर रहे हैं, not the subject. ठीक है, क्योंकि सब्जेक्ट जो है यहाँ पे रिसीव करेगा एक्शन. ओके, लेट्स सी हियर इन द एग्जांपल्स. एग्स आर लेड बाय हेन्स. तो यहाँ पे हम फोकस किस पे कर रहे हैं? लेइंग ऑफ एग्स पे, कि एग्स आर लेड, और बाय कौन? हेन्स. तो ये हेन्स जो हमारा सब्जेक्ट है, व्हाट आर दे डूइंग? दे आर रिसीविंग द एक्शन व्हिच इज एग्स आर लेड. ओके, सिमिलरली nests are built. This is an action. Who is performing this action? Birds. So what are the birds doing? They are performing the action. Sorry. They are receiving the action. Performing the action होता तो active voice हो जाता. So here, eggs are laid by hens. Passive voice. Nests are built by birds. Passive voice. Hens and birds जो हमारा subject है, what are they doing? They are receiving the action. Alright. That is for the basic meaning of voice and active voice and passive voice. I hope you have understood. Okay, so now we have these rules. अब हमें active voice और passive voice ऐसे directly तो हो सकता है पूछें ना पूछें, but important इसमें क्या है? Active to passive voice rules for conversion of sentence. मतलब अगर हमें किसी सेंटेंस को एक्टिव से पैसिव में या पैसिव से एक्टिव में चेंज करना है तो हम कैसे करेंगे? उसके लिए हम सर्टेन रूल्स फॉलो करेंगे. ओके, दीज आर प्रिटी सिंपल. यू डोंट हैव टू बी स्कैर्ड कि रूल्स बता रहे हैं एंड वी हैव टू मेमोराइज देम. देयर इज नो सच थिंग. एक बस बेसिक आइडिया के लिए मैंने रूल फॉर्मेट में आपको दिया है ताकि आपको बेटर अंडरस्टैंडिंग हो. देयर इज नथिंग टू बी स्कैर्ड अबाउट. ओके, इट्स गोइंग टू बी वेरी इजी. इट्स गोइंग टू बी अ पीस ऑफ केक. लेट्स सी. First rule is identify the subject plus verb plus object ओके, सो सब्जेक्ट वर्ब एंड ऑब्जेक्ट को हमें आइडेंटिफाई करना है इन द एक्टिव सेंटेंस टू कन्वर्ट टू द पैसिव वॉइस। पहले आइडेंटिफाई करना है, मतलब हमें पता होना चाहिए कि सब्जेक्ट क्या है, वर्ब क्या है, ऑब्जेक्ट क्या है। सब्जेक्ट यहाँ पे क्या है, द मेन आइडिया, द मेन फोकस, ही ड्राइव्स कार। वर्ब तो हमें पता है, वर्ब क्या बताता है हमें, वर्ब इज द वर्ड दैट टेल्स अस अबाउट द एक्शन। सो क्या एक्शन हो रहा है यहाँ पे, ड्राइविंग हो रही है, ड्राइव्स, सो वर्ब हो गया। और कार किस पे एक्शन हो रहा है, ऑब्जेक्ट पे। ऑब्जेक्ट क्या है हमारा, कार। ओके, प्रिटी इजी, अपने सेंटेंस में हमको बस सब्जेक्ट और वर्ब और ऑब्जेक्ट आइडेंटिफाई करना है। रूल 1 हो गया, स्टेप 1 हमारी कंप्लीट। ठीक है, सेकेंड स्टेप, रूल 2, इंटरचेंज द ऑब्जेक्ट एंड सब्जेक्ट विद ईच अदर। क्या होता है कि ऑब्जेक्ट ऑफ द एक्टिव सेंटेंस बिकम्स द सब्जेक्ट ऑफ द पैसिव सेंटेंस। कि एक सेंटेंस का जो पहले सेंटेंस में सब्जेक्ट था वो पैसिव वॉइस में जाके ना ऑब्जेक्ट बन जाता है, और जो पहले सेंटेंस में ऑब्जेक्ट था वो सब्जेक्ट बन जाता है। लेट मी टेल यू दिस वे, वेट, नाउ दिस इज द फर्स्ट सेंटेंस, ये एक्टिव सेंटेंस है और ये पैसिव सेंटेंस है। तो यहाँ पे जो सब्जेक्ट है हमारा, ठीक है, यहाँ पे जो सब्जेक्ट है ये यहाँ पे जाके ऑब्जेक्ट बन जाता है, और यहाँ पे जो हमारा ऑब्जेक्ट है एक्टिव सेंटेंस, एक्टिव वॉइस में, वो बन जाता है वहां पे जाके हमारा सब्जेक्ट। ऑलराइट, लेट्स सी हाउ। जैसे एक्टिव वॉइस में है शी निट्स स्वेटर। ओके, यहाँ पे सब्जेक्ट क्या है, शी, फोकस है। एक्शन क्या हो रहा है वर्ब के हिसाब से, निट, और ऑब्जेक्ट किस पे एक्शन हो रहा है, स्वेटर पे, तो स्वेटर हो गया ऑब्जेक्ट। ठीक है, अब इसे हमें पैसिव वॉइस में चेंज करना है। फर्स्ट स्टेप कर लिया हमने, आइडेंटिफाई कर लिया। सेकेंड स्टेप में द स्वेटर इज निटेड बाय हर, तो यहाँ पे क्या हुआ, स्वेटर आ गया। स्वेटर जो है वो क्या बन गया, वो बन गया हमारा सब्जेक्ट, फिर निटेड वर्ब तो सेम रहेगा पर बाय हर, हियर बाय हर हैज बिकम द ऑब्जेक्ट। तो यहाँ पे फोकस किस पे शिफ्ट हो गया है, फोकस शिफ्ट हो गया स्वेटर पे, कि हम स्वेटर के बारे में बता रहे हैं। एक्टिव वॉइस में हम बता रहे थे शी के बारे में, कि व्हाट डज शी डू, व्हाट डज शी निट, शी निट्स स्वेटर। बट यहाँ पे पैसिव वॉइस में हमारा फोकस आ गया स्वेटर पे, कि स्वेटर इज निटेड बाय हूम, द स्वेटर इज निटेड बाय हर। तो यहाँ फोकस जिस पे आ गया वो बन गया हमारा सब्जेक्ट, सब्जेक्ट बन गया ऑब्जेक्ट, और ऑब्जेक्ट बन गया सब्जेक्ट। ऑलराइट, दिस वाज द सेकंड रूल। Okay, so in passive voice, sometimes the subject is not used. Why is it not used? Subject in passive voice can be omitted. मतलब उसे छोड़ सकते हैं if the sentence without it gives enough meaning. Okay, अगर sentence enough है तो हमें जरूरी नहीं है कि हमें subject हमें include करना ही करना है. Alright, this is another rule which you can keep in your mind. Let's move on. Okay, so here now we have the next category of rules. Here it says okay, so here rule 4 says change the base verb in active sentence into the past participle. This is a very important rule. You star mark this slide. Change the base verb in the active sentence into the past participle. मतलब third form of the verb in passive sentence, and it has to be preceded by या with या to. So any of these words ये आएंगे. And base verbs are never used in passive voice sentences. इसमें हम क्या कह रहे हैं, इसमें क्या होगा, जो base verb है ना active sentence में, वो change हो जाएगा in the past participle, which is the third form verb in the passive sentence. ठीक है, पास्ट पार्टिसिपल में चेंज हो जाएगा, और एक वर्ड और ऐड हो जाएगा इसमें से, बाय, विद, टू, इनमें से कोई भी एज पर द सिचुएशन। ये हमें समझ आ जाएगा, अभी देखते हैं। एक्टिव वॉइस में अगर हम कह रहे हैं शी प्रिपेयर्स डिनर, तो इसको हमने पैसिव वॉइस में चेंज करने के लिए हमने कर तो दिया, इसका सब्जेक्ट को ऑब्जेक्ट बना दिया, ऑब्जेक्ट को सब्जेक्ट बना दिया, पर जो वर्ब है ना प्रिपेयर्स, ये भी हो जाएगा पास्ट पार्टिसिपल। क्या हुआ इसका पास्ट पार्टिसिपल, the dinner is prepared by her. Okay, Next example. Here it says she know him. Okay. Oh, I'm sorry. It should be she knows him. Okay. Passive voice में change हो जाएगा. He is known to her. यहाँ पे क्या आ गया? To आ गया और जो verb है वो past participle हो गया. Knows का known. All right. Similarly, active. Juice fills the jar. So इसका passive voice में the jar is filled with juice. Juice से jar भर गया. So the jar is filled with juice. All right. So here subject, verb and object तीन चीजें हैं. Active, passive में change करने के लिए पहले तो हम subject, verb, object identify हो गया. फिर यहाँ पे क्या है? Past participle जो change हो रहा है, मतलब जो verb change हो रहा है into the past participle. Okay. The base verb जो भी active से passive में हम जब change कर रहे हैं. All right. Okay, now another one. Here, while conversion of active voice sentence to passive voice sentence, the pronoun used in the sentence also changes in the following manner. जो pronouns है, pronouns भी change होंगे because as per the situation, मतलब हम जब examples देखेंगे, जब questions करेंगे तो आपको ये ज़्यादा clearly समझ आएगा. But आपको बस एक ये चीज़ देखनी है कि active pronoun changes into the passive pronoun. अब एक्चुअली ये करना हम ये भी कर रहे हैं. इसके बाद वी विल डू क्वेश्चंस आल्सो. तो क्वेश्चंस के बाद आपको जो क्लैरिटी मिल जाएगी. आफ्टर दैट यू रीड दीज रूल्स अगेन, तो आपको ना और अच्छे से समझ आएंगे. ओके. सो आई चेंजेस टू मी, वी चेंजेस टू अस, ही चेंजेस टू हिम, शी चेंजेस टू हर, दे चेंज टू देम, यू चेंजेस टू यू, यू स्टेज यू, इट स्टेज इट. ऑलराइट. Okay, so another rule, use the suitable helping or auxiliary verb. Auxiliary verbs क्या होते हैं? The helping verbs. So use the suitable verb. The rules for using auxiliary verbs in passive voice sentences are different for each tense. जैसे the letter is written by her. यहाँ we using is. Auxiliary verb क्या है? Is. A book was not bought by her. तो was auxiliary verb है यहाँ पे. Chocolates are being eaten by them. अब इसके एक्टिव सेंटेंस सपोज ये था, लेटर इज रिटन बाय हर, तो she writes a letter, she writes the letter, she is writing the letter. ओके, तो उसका she is writing the letter नहीं होगा क्योंकि यहाँ पे कंटिन्यूस नहीं है. she writes the letter, तो इसका हो गया the letter is written by her. So is, was, are being, all these are auxiliary helping verbs which are being added as per the demand of the sentence. All right. All right. So here what do we have? We have forms of the active and passive voice for all tenses. कि tenses में कैसे कैसे conversion होता है, ये आपको और clarity मिलेगी. यहाँ पे हम examples ले रहे हैं. Okay. Like here we are starting with the simple present tense. Simple present tense active sentences हैं, passive में कैसे लिखेंगे? हमने कैसे पढ़ा था? Past participle में convert होगा. तो यहाँ पे notes पढ़ लेते हैं कि except certain exemptions, कोई भी no passive voice formation for the following tenses can be formed. Present perfect continuous tense, past perfect continuous tense, future perfect continuous tense और future continuous tense. तो इनके लिए passive voice formation नहीं हो सकती except for certain exemptions. कोई ना कोई exemptions मिल ही जाएंगे. All right. But here let's focus on simple present. Simple present tense, active sentence and passive sentence. ठीक है. Here example, he writes an essay and passive इसको कैसे? Subject, verb, here subject, verb and object. Subject को object बनाया, object को subject बनाया. An essay is written by him. यहाँ पे देखो क्या आ गया? Auxiliary verb भी आ गया. हमारा जो ये helping preposition आनी थी वो भी आ गई. ठीक है. Verb जो है past participle में change भी हो गया. He writes an essay is written by him. Alright. Then Sheena does the housework. The housework is done by Sheena. She cares for the rabbit. Now the rabbit is being cared for by her. Jacob always plays the guitar. The guitar is always played by Jacob. Subject को हमने object बनाया, object को हमने subject बनाया. Auxiliary verb add हुआ. Then this is helping preposition like by, with, whom, which is added, and past participle. Alright, this is pretty easy. आपको देखने में लग रहा होगा काफी सारे rules हैं, but एक बार you get the hang of it ना, practice करोगे तो आपको ये सोचने की भी जरूरत नहीं पड़ेगी कि ठीक है subject को object बनाया नहीं बनाया, फिर past participle, वो आपको naturally आने लग जाएगा. All you need is practice. After all, practice makes a man perfect. Alright, so now the next one is present continuous tense. Present continuous tense, let's see, examples are like here. They are eating bananas, the bananas are being eaten by them. And Bob is drawing the diagram is being drawn by Bob. Samta is playing the piano is being played by Samta. She is waiting for Rima. Present continuous है ना, is waiting, change हो गया किसमें, Rima बन गई जो हमारा object था, Rima became the subject, and she आप देख लो, she जो pronoun है, it is also being changed into her. Similarly, first example में भी they जो है, it became what, them. मैंने बोला था ना, examples पढ़ेंगे तो आप देखोगे अपने आप कैसे change हो रहा है, तो ये pronouns भी change हो रहे हैं. Alright. So Rima is being waited by her. क्या क्या हो रहा है? Subject object में बदल गया, object subject में बदल गया, verb का past participle हो गया, auxiliary verb भी आ गया, pronoun भी change हो गया. Alright, now are you remembering all those rules that were being taught right now? Okay, now we move on to the simple past tense. Herein, you see, Ria paid the bills. The bills were paid by Ria. Simple past है, past participle हो गया. The teacher called the student. The student was called by the teacher. She did not buy the fruits. The fruits were not bought by her. So you see, subject, verb, and object की agreement समझी. Subject को object में बदला, object को subject में बदला. Verb जो है हमने उसका past participle में कर दिया, ठीक है. फिर हमने auxiliary verb भी add कर दिया जहाँ जहाँ चाहिए था. फिर हमारा ये words like by, with, to जो as per situation वो भी add कर दिया. Alright. Okay, so here we have past continuous tense. Let's see how it is being changed. They are waiting for him. He was being waited by them. Right. Aastha was learning French. French was being learned by Aastha. And she was playing kabaddi. The kabaddi was being played by her. She got converted to her. Okay. So, relate these with the rules जो हमने पढ़े हैं. Subject, verb, subject and object, the pronouns, the auxiliary verbs. That's how you will learn, and you won't really have to memorize them. आपको ऐसे याद ही रखना पड़ेगा. All this will start coming naturally to you once you start practicing. Alright, so the next one is past perfect tense. Now past perfect tense, let's see how this one changes. Examples, 2 examples. She won the match. This one, it's converted to the match had been won by her. I had finished her work. Then her work had been finished by me. You see, I got changed to me. Right? he had missed the last metro. The last metro had been missed by him. Okay, this is past perfect tense. I hope you are relating these with the rules. Subject and object, object and subject, auxiliary verbs, the pronouns, right? ऐसे आप rules आप यहाँ देखोगे सारे rules follow हो रहे हैं. Okay. Okay, so here this one says, this one is simple future tense. Simple future tense, how will it change? Change into the past participle. Let's see. He will write a letter. A letter will be written by him. Okay. He will repair her cycle. Her cycle will be repaired by him. He shall start the meeting. The meeting will be started by him. All right. So this is for the simple future. Okay, now we have future perfect tense. See, Meena will not have to change the bed sheet. The bed sheet will not have been changed by Meena. Okay, I'm sorry, this should be they. They will have won the match. Okay, they will have won the match. The match will have been won by them. Reena will have washed the skirt. The skirt will have been washed by Reena. All right. All right. So with this, we finish off with the active and passive voice. I hope you have understood the rules and the various changes that we sought. Okay, now we will be moving on towards the quiz, जिसमें आपको और clarity होगी. Okay, let's start. All right. So for the quiz, what we will be doing is, now every question you will be given 1 minute. 1 minute means 60 seconds. Why am I giving you 1 minute? Because you see, your question paper of IEO, it has about 50 questions, and so you can imagine that you get more or less a minute to answer the questions. Now this 1 minute is the maximum that you should be taking for answering the question. Now suppose there could be two, three categories of students. First category is, suppose you answer the question within that 1 minute. So I would request you to fast forward the video and skip right to the answer. You should not be wasting your time. All right. Now the other students who are not able to answer the question in 1 minute, what you do, you don't skip to the answer. You pause the video and you write down your answer. Alright, it is very important to answer each and every question because there is no negative marking. Here you see, for every incorrect answer, no points, because there is no negative marking in IEO. So it is important that you attempt all the questions. Now for a question of which you are not sure about the answer, now even here and even in the exam, if you are not sure about the answer and you maybe think that B option might be correct or C option might be correct, so you should in that case play your luck and play your mind and make a guess and still give an answer, because it is a win-win situation. Either you will get the marks for that question or you will get a 0, right? But if you don't attempt that question at all, then you are anyway getting a 0 in that, right? So it is good to attempt those questions, and even if you don't know all the answers. Try to understand and take a guess. Okay, so this is for every correct answer 10 points. This is just for your own little game where you can try to maintain a notepad. So here you write the name of the chapter and then the question, and then if it is correct you can give yourself 10 points. If it is not correct you mark it here. So it is important to see these questions, the ones which you mark incorrect. It is important to go back to them later and then see where you did the mistake. Alright, this is just for your reference. For every correct answer you can give yourself 10 points. Alright, now let's start. Say time starts now. Alright, so now we start off the questions and voices. Here this says choose the most suitable passive voice conversations of the given sentences. It says please lend me your grammar book for a day. Options are your grammar book let be lent for a day. B, you are requested to lend me your grammar book for a day. C, let you lend your grammar book to me. Or D, for a day your grammar book be lent to me. Correct answer is B. You are requested to lend me your grammar book for a day. Here you see, please lend me your grammar book. Here we change the subject into the object and the object into the subject. So here B, you are requested to lend me your grammar book for a day. Alright? Say time starts now. Then we have here a bus knocked down a cow on the road. Okay. So here what do we have to do? Bus is the subject, knocked down verb, a cow is the object. So we change it. A cow was knocked down by a bus on the road. Okay. So here the correct answer is D. A cow was knocked down by a bus on the road. Say time starts now. Here people will line the road to welcome the Olympic stars. Okay. Here people will line the road. The road is the object. Let's make it the subject. The road will be lined. The road will be lined by people to welcome the Olympic stars. The subject became the object and the object became the subject. Then here line, we use the past participle lined. So will be lined, right? Correct answer is B. The road will be lined by people to welcome the Olympic stars. Say time starts now. Okay, here we have our chemistry teacher told that chlorine smells pungent. Okay, so our chemistry teacher subject told is the verb that chlorine smells pungent. This is what? This is the object. So we change that. It was told by our chemistry teacher what? That chlorine smells pungent. So the correct answer is here. A. It was told by our chemistry teacher that chlorine smells pungent. Say time starts now. Okay, next up we have who is using the computer at this moment. Who is the subject, is using is the verb, the computer is the object. So, and then at this moment. Alright, let's change this. So, by whom this computer, the computer is being used, we convert is using to is being used and then is being used at this moment. Okay. So accordingly, the correct answer is C. By whom the computer is being used at this moment. Say time starts now. Okay, next up we have the teachers have been taking remedial classes since Monday. Okay, the teachers subject have been taking verb remedial classes. Remedial classes is the object. Yes, oh sorry, have been taking. This is what past, present perfect continuous. So this will not be converted and this has no passive voice. Alright, sorry for the confusion. Say time starts now. Okay, here we have you should not eat the uncovered food items. You should not eat the uncovered food items. The uncovered food items is the object, will become the subject now. So the uncovered food items should not be eaten. Alright. And here eat changes past participle we use, eaten. Alright, so the correct answer is C. The uncovered food items should not be eaten. Say time starts now. Okay, next up we have the principal will present vote of thanks before the dinner is served. Okay, vote of thanks is the object and then present is the verb change the past participle presented and by the principal. Okay, so the vote of thanks will be presented by whom? By the principal before the dinner is served. So the correct answer is A. Now this could have been formed in the manner of B also, like here before the dinner is served, the principal, incorrect, sorry. Correct answer is A only. But we could have said before the dinner is served, vote of thanks will be presented by the principal, which means this clause could have been said earlier as well. But here you see presented and here presenting. Presenting is incorrect because it is not using the past participle and we have to use the past participle presented. Alright. Say time starts now. Okay, here we have complete the paragraph by filling the blanks with the most appropriate options. 6 bananas dash into a pulp. Is crushed, are crushed, should be crushed. First of all, we use the past participle crushed. And then secondly, 6 bananas is plural. So we use here. 6 bananas are crushed. Here you see in A is used, and this is used with the is used when there is singular. Then the others you see should crush and should be crushed, past participle नहीं है. Okay. Say time starts now. Okay, next up we have complete the paragraph by filling the blanks with the most appropriate options. Yes, the blank is 10th. Half a liter of milk, dash, and banana pulp and sugar. Okay, half a liter of milk is boiled, will be boiled, was boiled, and should boil. Here the correct answer is half a liter of milk is boiled. A. Boiled, the V3 form is boiled. Say time starts now. And banana pulp and sugar dash to it. Is added, was added, are added, or should be adding. So we have to choose the V3 form, and we have banana pulp and sugar. So plural. Alright, so accordingly are added. Say time starts now. 12th blank. The mixture dash and then dash from the heat. The mixture is stirred, will stir, are stirred or should stir. First of all, we will be using the V3 form. V3 form is in A and C, and then secondly, the mixture. This is singular, so the mixture is stirred. A. Here in B and D, you see there is no V, the V3 form is not used. Say time starts now. Okay, next up we have and then dash from the heat. And then was removed from the heat, will be removed from the heat, are removed from the heat, or removed from the heat. Okay, so the correct answer is and then removed from the heat. Easy. Alright, so yes, with this we finish off with our questions on active and passive voice.
So that's all for our class on voices. I hope you have taken down your notes and understood various rules for voices. Make sure if there was any mistake you made, make sure you don't repeat it in the future. Alright, so keep revising them and keep learning. I will see you the next time. Thank you for watching.